The person of Ken Oforiatta, who I have known for more than 30 years closely. I consider him a friend and a mentor. He gave me a job at Enterprise where I was able to excel and make my name in the corporate world. He remained a friend. He's a fellow, a colleague fellow at the Aspen Institute, where he introduced me. I respect Ken. I think history will be kind to him, especially in his work in the private sector, building data bank, helping to build our stock exchange. It will be kind to him. But I cannot defend everything Ken has done in government. And I'm also not one of the people who abandons his friends because they make one mistake. So I speak on principle. I would say what I disagree on, but I want this to be clear, that I do not abandon Ken. I still respect him, and I'll still defend him personally. With that said, here's the point. The special prosecutor who we all worked to establish, something you remember, is doing what I think is fair work. Somebody may say, well, maybe he's been too aggressive. He necessarily must be aggressive. We asked for that. I remember when Occupy Ghana, all of us were part of that, when it went to court, the Supreme Court said, under the circumstance this country finds itself in, people who are given power, government power, to do things like surcharge, disallowance, and fight corruption, must even consider discretion as a duty. In other words, given the situation we are in, it's good to have an aggressive special prosecutor, OSP. So in that sense, we support him. And let me also make the point, because of a subsequent point I'm going to make, that the law as it is today backs the actions of the OSP, the kind of aggressiveness with which they are trying to do their work. But let me quickly add that I disagree with the law. And to the extent that I disagree with the law, I think it will not be out of place for the OSP to chart a slightly different course, because the law says so. We don't have the time, so I can't go into it, but if I have the time, I'll go into it. If you read Article 14 and Article 19, you will see that the presumption of innocence is fundamental.
Correct.
And the Constitution is very careful. You shall not arrest the person. Shall not. Except under A, B, C, D, E. Okay? If you go to other portions, it says the person has no responsibility to participate in their own prosecution. I am of the view. In fact, the last time I was speaking about some things that I intend to take to the Supreme Court. I am stopped from doing so now because it will look like I'm backing somebody. One is what happened to Wontumi. The fact that when you arrest a person, you shouldn't be the one to give bail.